Hello, anyone not still living in the 1970s. We interrupt your day to bring you this announcement. Husker Ninja is in the building. Alright, guys, first off, I want to apologize for the commentary being a lot softer than it normally is. But as of the time I am adding the audio, it is like 8:15 in the morning, and I don't know if my parents are still asleep or whatnot. And so, I'm going to try and be quiet and not wake them up. But this is the second introduction video for the online Dynasty here on NCAA 14. We had to restart the first one because for some reason it's in the season for Andrew, but I was still able to play week 2, and so I'm like, you know what, let's just restart. And so I kept the same team. I'm still Eastern Michigan, and here you can see the players I redshirted. But Andrew, he did not choose Michigan State this time. Instead, he chose Old Dominion. He's like, you know what, this time I want to do a rebuild too, and so went ahead. He chose his new team. He chose Old Dominion. We are playing each other week 5, and this year we'll be at Old Dominion. Next year we will be at home. And you see, we start New Mexico State and North Texas at home. Bye week at Ball State, at Old Dominion. That'll be our user game. At Buffalo, another bye week. Then home against Ohio. We're at Northern Illinois, home against Toledo. At Western Michigan, home against Akron. At Bowling Green, and then home against Central Michigan for Senior Day. So I went ahead, I did the same coach. We're still a good old Husker Ninja, still starting at level 3, just because I like being able to scout everyone in one take. We're still doing 7 minutes per quarter, and we're still going to advance every Sunday at around like 10 at night. So you'll still get weekly uploads there. As we move on to our starting lineups, at quarterback, it's a redshirt junior Brogan Roback. His throwing accuracy is it's only out of 78, but his throw power out of 85 is pretty good. Our starting running back is redshirt sophomore Shaq Van. He's got pretty good speed, good acceleration. The 68 carrying is a little concerning. But again, keep in mind we're playing against the MAC, so on the MAC, this player is probably going to be pretty darn good. Even though for some reason he's only a 75 overall, but I think that's just because his awareness is not as good. But you know what, awareness doesn't really matter when you're using him, so it'll be fine. At fullback, it's the redshirt junior Devontae Robinson. And look at that, he's just got very solid ratings for a fullback. Like, I'm pleasantly surprised. Usually I'm used to playing with not very good fullbacks, but Robinson's going to be a pretty good one. And that was a pleasant little surprise. Our starting wideouts, we got sophomore Eddie Doherty. I think it's Doherty. But he's got good speed. He's got solid catching. He's not as good at catching in traffic or the spectacular catches, but he's got solid hands overall, so not going to complain about that. Second wideout is redshirt junior Austin Stone. He's also got okay hands, but he's not going to make any spectacular catches or contested catches as well. And he's also got a little bit less speed than Doherty does. The third wideout is Kevin Davis. He's a redshirt senior. He's got okay catching. Yeah, not really going to make the spectacular catches or catching anything in traffic. Our starting tight end is Cody Tuttle. He's a senior. He's got very good receiving ratings. Like, I would expect him to be about the leading receiver on the team. And he's also got solid run blocks, so, we're not going to worry about that. I would definitely expect him to be kind of a go-to receiver here this year. As you can see, we got our starting offensive linemen. They're all seniors, so we redshirted as much as we could for depth. And at left end, we got Joe Keels. He's a senior. He's going to hopefully be solid for us. And actually, after I get looking and I look at right end is redshirt senior Pat O'Connor, but he's an 83 overall. So I'm thinking, you know what? I'm probably going to start O'Connor at left end and Keels at right end, so that way I'm not using O'Connor and because he's the best defensive lineman we have, so I don't want his ratings to be wasted by my usering. And so we're just going to switch with Keels at right end, and O'Connor's going to be our left end. So they're playing a little bit out of position, but it doesn't matter. They're both ends. We also got redshirt senior Mike Brown at defensive tackle. So far, every starter on both lines has been a senior, and that'll be something. Hopefully, I don't think, because they're not team needs really, so we don't need to recruit right away, so we just need our backups and the people we redshirt to really come up and grow next year. Luke McLean is the other defensive tackle. He's a redshirt junior. Starting left outside linebacker is Derek Williams. He's also a redshirt junior. You got good hit power, 88 hit power. Maybe he'll force a couple fumbles for us. Starting at middle linebacker is the senior Anthony Zappone. He's got solid ratings all around. His zone coverage isn't as good, and that's probably where it gets dragged down a little bit. His man coverage is also not that great. But overall, he's got solid ratings. Amos Houston is going to be our starting right outside linebacker. Again, he was on the left side, but we switched him over to the right. No big deal really there. And, hopefully he can make a couple plays for us in his 1 year on the team. We got our top cornerback is redshirt freshman Devin Russell. So I'm pretty excited for him. Yeah, 86 man already, 80 zone, which is fine. I like to call more man than zone anyway, because zone usually does not work a ton. So I'll be excited to see his growth over the next 3 or 4 years. We got Daquan Pace, the senior, is our second corner. He's got better zone. And sure, I do occasionally call zone here and there just to mix it up, but I'm not like always in zone because in my opinion it just doesn't work. Our third cornerback is Ross Williams, a redshirt sophomore. And he got nice jumping. Starting free safety is junior Juan Giraldo. He's got okay speed, I guess. He's got okay coverage, especially for a safety. His tackling is probably an area I would like to see him improve over the course of these next 2 years, but no, overall, it's not too bad. He should hopefully make a serviceable safety for us. And as we take a look, he's also got pretty good jumping and okay pursuit, so we're not going to complain about that. Starting strong safety is junior Jason Beck, and he's definitely the better of the two safeties, which you can see by his overall being almost 9 points higher. But at kicker, our punter has better kick power than our kicker does, so we are going to start Austin Barnes at both kicker, punter, and he's going to be our kickoff specialist. Yeah, there you can see return men, Davis and Doherty. And Barnes is only a redshirt junior, so that's always nice to see. We'll have him for 2 years. Hopefully he can make some pretty clutch kicks for us if we need him to. But I think next we're going to look at Andrew's head coach he created. He went with Ned Collins. Not sure where he got the name, but I don't really need to ask because it's not very important. And he put 1 point on each, or 1 upgrade on each of the first 2 levels of game management, and he also has level 1 locksmith. But that will do it for me. I will see you guys next time. Look for week 1. I've got it recorded already. Look for it to come out. I'd like to get it out either today or tomorrow, but I don't know how well that's going to happen. Anyway, that will do it for me. I will see you guys next time. Have a fantastic day, everybody.